And because this was my first ever lecture, I poured months of prep into into that. I went massively over the top. It was all 3D, things moving around, and it worked really well. Didn't actually give the lecture to 700 students in one go because we didn't have a lecture theatre big enough. So it was two lots of 350. So it'd be a 2 hour lecture and then a break, and then the same 2 hour lecture again afterwards, which as a first baptism of fire was pretty intense, but I really enjoyed it. And actually, that's what led me down to sort of focusing more on my teaching rather than my discipline research. But it was a great time overall. But what I wanted to know was I any good? Right? You come off after, so at the end of that day of 4 hours of teaching maths to a lot of students, your head's all over the place. I want to know how was I and what could I do to improve? And I want to see what other people were doing too. So I want to learn from others and try and work out, okay, how can I improve this teaching? But I needed, a student perspective, right? Of course. And at the time, there wasn't a really structured module evaluation system or survey system in place. So I put together a feedback form, asked the students to fill it in and tell me which aspects they liked about my lecture, which they didn't, which aspects of other lectures in the same series they liked. And as ever with these things, there's absolute gold in there, really useful stuff for how I could improve my teaching practice. Also, some real gut punches there. Anyone who's read student comments knows there's some turbo ones, there's some great ones, and it was a start of that process of being able to process them and sort of understand. And that's where my empathy for anyone taking part in this process still comes from, because I still teach part time at the University of Glasgow, so I'm still getting these comments, and I've got a bit of thicker skin now